So I take my measure in that experience in friendship, and I think in privilege. I will never forget Mrs. Clinton having me to the Kennedy Center and the White House to speak to women in science who were being celebrated for their great prowess and largesse in this field. Can you imagine how I felt? And Mrs. Clinton saying to me in the China room, "You know, Chelsea and I just love you." We love Voyager. It's the only thing we watch together. I said, "Mrs. Clinton, who am I addressing?" She said, "The greatest scientists in the world." Then she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you know exactly what to do." Yes, I faint. That's what I had about 6 pages of remarks that I'd written on the plane. And you know how when you're writing on a plane, or when you're writing alone, or you're writing in the bathroom, or you're looking in the mirror, it's all baloney, but it seems great in the moment, right? Oh, these scientists are going to think I know everything. I'm really a born physicist. I'm smarter than they are. I looked around the room, eager, upturned, genuine faces. I mean, filled with a kind of intelligence and passion that you know is the real thing. And I just took the paper and I threw them. And I said, "Ladies, there is nothing to be said except thank you. There is nothing to be said except if for 1 second I have inspired you in your field, I have done my job as an actress. There is nothing to be said except I hope you are leaving research and going up." And this little girl came to me, 19 years old, out of MIT, and she said, "My father told me I had to go into research. And I watched Voyager for 2 years and looked over at him and said, 'Daddy, I'm going up.'" I said, "Really?" She said, "If you see it on television, you believe it can be true." And I believed you. So I think that was the single greatest honor of that tenure, of my tenure on Voyager. And I'll never forget it. I'm sure I've been defined by it. I know I've been stamped by it. And I think when people say to me, "Do you feel that you've been typecast? Oh, isn't that awful? You're going to be Captain Janeway forever." I look at them and I say, "What, are you kidding? Are you kidding? I'm one of the luckiest people I know. This was a great, great, great opportunity. And I just hope that I did the very best that I could." Thank you. Now, I would like to take some questions from you. If you have any questions, I'd like them to be provocative. You can ask me anything and I will answer. Anything. I always say that just because I want to see what you guys are going to come up with. Come on.
Folks walk up to the people standing here holding their hands up. There's 2 of them, one where I'm standing right here and one right on the other side.
Ask a question. Yes, madam. Go.
Hey, I was trying to remember, you were on Ryan's Hope when you were a little bit younger.
Take me, I'm yours. Yes, I was 19.
You at that time dreamed that you would be in a successful series as the only female captain, which is the best captain.
Well, of course I didn't dream that. I thought that I would have, I certainly hoped I would. At 19 you think you're invincible.
Yeah.
The world belongs to you at 19. So, yes, did I foresee the captain?
Yes.
Or Star Trek? Absolutely not. The whole thing was
It
an
would have
absolute.
been good if you were in Ryan's Hope that time and go into that from that joint.
If they what?
If they started it from when you were on that program, that soap opera. But
Oh, you mean if they started Star Trek when I was 19?
Yeah.
Going to this age?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so, but thank you. Yes. Madam. I can't hear you. We'll go back over here until that mic gets there.
I got their mic.
Yes.
When Voyager first started, I know a lot of people thought there should be romance between Chakotay and Janeway.
Oy.
Because that's what Hollywood does. I thought it was very nice to actually see a show in which 2 people work together
Sure.
and were friends, but not romantically.
And why do you think that was? Because I had to put my foot down. Of course they wanted that. Everybody wanted that. It's human nature to want that. Meanwhile, I've got a complement of 165, a crew of 106, lost in space. Because the captain can't find the gas station, right? So I'm going to call into my ready room, Chakotay, for a little pick-me-upper. I went to the heads and I said, "Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. What's good for the goose is not necessarily good for the gander. This isn't going to work. It's fine for Bill Shatner to be hopping from planet to planet. He'll go down hopping from planet to planet. Or even Mr. Stewart. God bless him. But I don't think that and I was of childbearing age, can do this. And successfully woo the demographic that I want to woo, which is young men, ages 20 to 35, ages 20 to 40. I want them to regard me seriously as a commander. So they didn't like that very much. And you know what they did instead? They gave me the holodeck. Oh yes, they punished me. And who did I create in that holodeck? What funny guys did I come up with? Janeway starved. Can you imagine? After 6 years for one kiss? What? Who did I come up with? Who were those guys? Fairhaven, Fair Schmaven? Ooh, it was insane. But I'm glad I didn't sleep with Chakotay. Although I did sleep with Lieutenant Barris. Don't you remember? We had lots of little lizards in the turbo lift. Very, very sexy. Yes? Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Mulgrew, for coming to DragonCon.
My pleasure.
And speaking to all of us. I remember you as Mrs. Columbo.
Oh, long memory.
All of your roles have been inspiration and everything. I have one question, which is kind of a fan-based question. As being one of the leading women in science fiction, have you had a chance to talk to Mary McDonnell from Battlestar Galactica?
No, I
and share
adore her,
any
though.
thoughts?
I don't think of her as Battlestar Galactica. To me, she dances with wolves. And to me, she's one of the great actresses of her generation. And this is a wonderful and beautiful actress. But no, I haven't. She's here, though, isn't she? Yes. No, I'll have to stop by her. Where is she? I'll find her. Oh, she's doing a panel?
Walk of fame.
Oh, that's too much. All right, I'll find her. Yes, sir. You.
Hi, I love you to bits.
Thank you.
I've got a two-part question, but please let me know. First one is, I know it irritated the hell out of you with all the hair changes. My question is, the first part question is, when did you, Kate Mulgrew, actually get control of Janeway's hair? As in, when did you actually get to pick the style that you wanted?
That came at the end of the first season.
Really?
When I really had it. I had had it. I mean, they must have done 8 or 9 different things. And before every take, and every take is excruciating when you're dealing with that camera and you're dealing with hitting every mark, you're sweeping the deck, the bridge, the blah, blah, blah. The language is so demanding, so challenging. And then there's a nest of hornets fooling around your hair, fooling around with your body and your face. I finally said, stop! I cannot do this. I've got to do the work, right? Their job, though, is to stay on me. One hair out of place. Can you imagine? Buy a gun. So I went right over and I said, I'm done. You figure this out. It's the hair or me. Yeah. Patrick Stewart? Not a problem. No, but I'm just being fair. He just got to walk on and do his thing. Do you understand? Do his thing. No wonder it was so bloody great, right? But I had a legion of women all over me. So one season, and I said, enough. Let's brush it back, let's use mine, you can cut it, done. So they did. That was fine. Not particularly becoming, but it let me work. And that's what I wanted to do. Right? That's the problem always with being a woman, right? But this is Star Trek. I'm the captain. I don't have to look pretty. There should be a vast denial in this room. No. Yes, sir.